What's up, guys? This is Rosea, formerly known as Maria and Others, and I wanted to give an update about where things are now. I do have birds, 2 parakeets in the background, and they might make some noise. I don't know. They've not been very active, but they might be active with me talking because I haven't talked all day. Anyway, they're so cute. I love them. So, sorry that I've not been around. Life just got ahead of me, and I kind of wanted to talk about that because, wow, a lot's happened. I think my last actual, talking video was me going into, the deep feeling therapy / primal therapy / catharsis-based type stuff. And showing that. And I think it was back in December of 22. I had to walk away from that type of therapy because people inside, you might have, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know what I mean by that. Me being a system and having people I share a body with. Well, people inside of me, of this body, were taking some of the feelings that I was trying to let myself go into and kind of moving them away from me. And when I asked them internally, as I thought to them and I talked out loud when this happened, I said, why is this happening? They said, well, you're not the only one feeling these things, we are as well, and some of us aren't ready. And I said, that's fair. And because this is the consequence you felt like needed to happen to me in order to keep you guys safe, I'm going to discontinue the therapy. And the person I was working with was very understanding. She was like, the door's always open, and I appreciate that. Shout out to her if she ever sees this. Thank you so much for being there through all these things. Oh my god, I can't put into words how much that means. We found a therapist who works with DID, and we've been doing some very slowed down but successful trauma work with them. We're not going to name drop, obviously, for confidentiality reasons, but that has been something that has helped. It's taught me as, the main fronter, sort of the one who's out most of the time, how to, go at people's own pace. I don't know, it's weird because I've spent so long kind of treating my system mates like they were extensions of me, and even though it may feel that way, I still have to remember that they are their own people, and so this is kind of helping me understand that in a way. I can't put it into words, obviously, because that would take a bunch of, rambly, philosophical, almost, attempts, and a lot of them would just be me rambling. But, yeah, it's been really interesting to kind of stand in that space of, yes, they may feel like extensions of you, but also they are people, and they're going to act like such, and I really feel like my job, as far as they're concerned, is to try and let them have as much of lives as they can out here, because that was our whole thing, right, was fight for individuality. At least we were in high school, when we were in high school. My whole thing was, let them be themselves. And I didn't feel like I could do that, and I still don't feel like I can do that in a lot of my local surroundings, which irritates me, and that's part of the reason I'm trying to get out, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's been super helpful to me to go into a therapy that gets plurality, Because a lot of the time with the deep feeling stuff, I didn't feel like I could let people speak as themselves and for themselves and like take the ownership that they seemed to have over certain aspects of my life. Now, as far as the gateway stuff, the stuff where a bunch of astral beings were coming in, we have slowly opened those doors. Mostly because a lot of the people we know externally, physically, who are on Earth in bodies like me, are connected to that realm as well. But we're doing it very carefully, and it's a lot calmer because we don't have that healing hub going anymore that I mentioned the last time I talked about it in that video where I addressed it all. So a lot of that chaos is calmed right down. Us getting into a good trauma therapy has helped it calm down even more. I'm finally coming to terms with, hey, this either or, this parts and people binary doesn't have to exist, and I can go into detail on any of these things if people want me to. I know that I'm just talking and not giving a bunch of context, and I'm probably going to go back and look at this later and be like, what the heck was I on? I wasn't on anything. But I know I can be vague, and I don't mean to be vague, but yeah, that's pretty much where... Oh, one more thing. The rebirthing stuff, the breathwork stuff. I am no longer in that community because the trauma stuff that I was dealing with, not compatible with the kind of breathwork I was doing. It was a very active form of breathing. There were not really many adaptations that could be made without compromising the nature of the technique. And ultimately, I decided it was best that I, as a member of a system whose members, whether I like to believe it or not, partially did come about because of trauma, with that role that I've taken up, or am in, or however you want to put it, it's probably best that I stay away from those active kind of plunge you into your worst moments forms of breathing. Not that I think they're bad, I just think we're not ready for them, and the experiences I was having when I would try and push myself to do them anyway really confirmed that for me. So I've stepped away. I was going to train to be a facilitator, a kind of guide in that form of breathwork, and because I can't do the techniques themselves, I technically am unable to do that as well. So I'm looking into currently a hypnotherapy training. I'm working with an agency right now who's going to be helping with all that. My life is looking up. I'm in a lot better place than I was. My music's been kind of burned out though, but I found this new game. It's called Hearthstone. It's new to me. I just started playing last year. A friend of mine streams. I'm going to put a link to their channel in the description. Hopefully YouTube transcripts works this time. I noticed they did it on my other video. I was gonna try and write out a whole transcript, and I was trying to find out all kinds of solutions for that, but it wasn't going very good. So hopefully they auto do it this time, because I feel really bad. I want to make my content, whatever it is, as accessible as I possibly can without jeopardizing the nature of the content. And the fact that I couldn't get a transcript going, that was a huge bummer. So, these guys have been doing this all day. They're so cute. All that being said, I think I've rambled enough. I dare say I've rambled too fast. My whole face is trying to cramp on me. I think that's it. I think that's it. I'll see you guys next time, whenever that may be. Bye!